good afternoon. My name is Melissa. I'm the Director of Information and Digital Services. Today I have a short video for you about connecting with your family and friends through your phone or your tablet or your computer. So while you're stuck at home, we still think that community is important. We want you to be able to connect with your family and friends and with us. But we know that social distancing is really important right now. So we're going to do everything we can to get you information, maybe make your lives a little bit easier on how to do this. So mostly what I'm going to talk today about is video chat. This is normally best done over Wi-Fi. So if you're not sure about your Wi-Fi connection, or perhaps you need to check with your provider, that's something you should definitely do. A lot of providers for cell phones or internet, they're taking off these bandwidth limits. So you should look at their website, look at their social media, see what's going on with your own account, and you may be surprised to find that you're able to do some longer chats, more video streaming than you were before. All of the services I'm going to talk about today have some free options, but some are also paid. So you want to be careful when you sign up for these services that you really make sure you're going with the free services. And this goes beyond Apple's FaceTime, which, as you know, if you have an Apple phone and somebody else has an Apple phone, then you could be doing FaceTime with them between your iPhones, but we're going to go in a little bit deeper. So the first two I'm going to talk about are Facebook Messenger and WhatsApp. These are both really popular. In fact, if you're viewing us now live, you probably already have Facebook Messenger and you're already using it. You can get the app specifically from Messenger on your phone or your tablet and go ahead and sign in with your Facebook account. You can do individual or group messaging, so it's good for families, friends, get everybody on a group chat together. There's a text option, just like normal text messages, chatting, and then there's also voice calls and video calls. You'll see that when you use Messenger, you can jump back into conversations, you can get notifications throughout the day, and it kind of creates this ongoing conversation. Then we're going to talk about Skype. You've probably heard about Skype more in the business world, but it's great to use from your phone or your computer. It also works with Alexa, so if you have an Alexa at home, smart speaker, you can connect your Skype account with that. Just make sure that when you're using Skype that whoever you're trying to call, or if people are calling you, that your status is set properly. It's easy to ignore this if you've turned off or restarted your phone recently, or maybe not used Skype in a while. You can accidentally be set to offline and you'll be missing calls. Skype is one of those that has some really great free features, but you can also buy into a bigger account if you need to, but that's something mostly that businesses do. Now let's talk about one that you may not have heard of before, Zoom. Zoom and some other similar services are really taking off in popularity because we're all practicing good social distancing. So if you normally meet with, say, a mom's group or a church group or a homeowners association, or maybe just some friends getting together for a book club, you may want to consider using Zoom and having a virtual meeting. This is a really great setup, but you have to plan a little bit ahead of time. You'll need a host to set up and start the meeting. Mostly you'll want to use a computer with webcam function, although you don't have to turn on the camera, so if you don't want people to see your face, you don't have to. And at this time, because of high usage and increase in meetings, you'll see that dial-in audio might be affected a little bit, so if you can use your computer's audio, that would be best. There's also a chat function and the ability to raise hands and ask questions. So if you normally meet with a group of like 25, 50 people, Zoom is a really good option. You just have to be aware that you may get into where you need a paid account to be able to handle large groups. And then finally, I want to mention two other options. For those of you who really don't want to get into this live video or these ongoing conversations, there's a couple of options that are really good for you. First of all, you can just record a video and share it. Get the kids involved, get some fun filters going, do something silly, record a puppet show to share with your friends, maybe just an inspiring message for your family and to say hello. It's easy to say, oh, we can do these things when we're crossing long distances, but at this time, that's something we really need to do just to connect with our family down the street, our neighbors. So record a nice message and send it, share it, pay it forward with a little bit of happiness. And then finally, a shared album. So this I'm talking about still photos. You may already be comfortable using your photo or your gallery app, but within that you can create a shared album, and it will be private except for those who you choose to share with. So look at your sharing settings. So I could say, okay, well, I just want to share this album with my aunts and uncles, and then it'll just be limited down and safe. And that way you can continuously add photos, and others will be able to pop up and see notifications that you're adding. So it's kind of like more of a passive sharing, but it's really fun, and you get to see what other people are doing and how are we keeping ourselves busy and safe during this time. So I hope you've enjoyed a couple of tips about that. I think we have a question coming in, so I want to answer it for you. No questions? Okay, so just to go over those apps again. First of all, check with your carrier to see what your bandwidth options are right now. As I said, a lot of that's going free, so you may be able to chat way more than you usually do. Facebook Messenger we talked about, and WhatsApp. We talked about Skype, which is normally used for businesses, and that's really good, especially if you're connecting between iOS and Android. Zoom, good for big meetings. It's nice to think that we can still gather in large groups. Zoom is a way to do that. And then also recording a video and sharing albums. So during this time, we recognize that you want to get in touch with each other, but you might also want to talk to us. So you can definitely email. Librarians are monitoring Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6 at gbplweb@gailborden.info. You can text us, so please feel free to text the library. If you call, you may be having to leave a message, but all the phone numbers are right on our website, so if you want to do that, that'd be a good way for you to look up and get in touch with us directly. Next week, I'm going to talk about some of our staff picks, our favorite books from librarians, reading comics, and some other highlights that are found on Hoopla, one of our 24/7 e-library services. And I'm going to share some recipes inspired by books and characters maybe from some of your favorite authors. So I invite you to join us tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. We're going to be talking about tomorrow's schedule for 11 and 2, and hopefully you'll be excited about what we have in store for you. Stay safe, everyone. We miss you.